dial into a bit of follow-up from the likes of that Talia and that Vi. And they're going to be trying to make sure that the dives that MKOI do pull off can be trickier than they would have liked.
Just because that'll set you up for a little bit more information for your second jungle camps coming up. OPLoLReplay actually skipping over the vision currently. Might just run into Yike.
Do it that. We're going to look bot lane briefly though as Alvaro will step forward, puts down the Ignite to Targamas, who's used the steadfast presence, doesn't quite have the passive proc. Kalist did not enjoy the damage back though, nonetheless.
Wall.
Nice turnaround though, good call on the wall stun. First blood to Targamas. Kalist got the barrier and survived. Flash on forwards, it doesn't work. And MKOI are fish on a barbecue. Walls are not
Karmine giving up setup for that objective.
And we normally talk about both teams being very, very good on a snowball, but MKOI, we've definitely characterized as a fast team. At least one of the grubs. Earlier around, but I don't know how easy it will be to come and contest as yet.
Especially going into the Poppy and into the Talia, not really where you want to be, especially before you have that Vi ultimate. Well, messes the Q, and that's a missed cannon roll.
Okay, well, it's going to be a public, I don't know, bluff is what it'll be, but still the turnaround is pretty good. Alvaro now in danger, getting shunted into a wall. OPLoLReplay gets the grub at least, but Super ain't feeling so hot and goes down for a third kill team with that decision.
Slower again than we sometimes expect from both these teams, and you know, it's quite... In fact, actually, if we look back to the first time these guys played this split, Movistar quite got a range DPS from that Kai'Sa on Super.
I think it makes some sense. We've got the Aurora in mid lane as well, asked to be more of an AD threat. This vision toggle again. Alvaro tries to buy time, but that door swiftly shut down. Targamas on a killing spree. 3 out of 4 kills going towards the support Poppy. Bloodthirsty, unique Kalist hopping onto the Kai'Sa, I apologize. Supposed to be a counter matchup the other way around in mid-game. That's nasty stuff from the KC80 carry.
Yike. Tri-brush has been utterly nasty towards Movistar. They really struggle when that vision is down.
Hang on. Vladdy trying to try and get a hold of the turret, does knock it down, but Jojo has now gone across the veil with the between worlds flash on forward for the threaded volley, and Yike's there as well and picks up the bunny rabbit. It is wabbit hunting season, folks.
Movistar KOI are trying really hard to push their way into these lanes, but they're being denied access. They lose a tower, they lose all of the kills in all of these fights. There's a Herald being started up by OPLoLReplay, but it feels like it is just a consolation prize. They have not managed to get themselves into this game yet. And yeah, they have 4 grubs. They haven't been able to really use them.
Just got mid lane tier 1 as well. Here comes Vladdy to fight over on this Herald. Alvaro in danger. The seismic shove onto OPLoLReplay and the public execution just shy. But Cannon now still in a good position to fight this one out. 1v3. Targamas flashing for the heroic charge into the wall. Braum about to get caught up by a lot of very angry spectral roots. And Yike gets that kill with the burn.
Why are you positioning like that? You don't have Super and you don't have Jojo Pyun. Really feels like Movistar KOI dragon spawning now as well. Movistar KOI here in numbers. They do have their damage here this time, but their damage is taking a lot of damage.
Vladdy is also the damage, and he just got it all onto Super, who's now down to 10% HP.
Yes, you need HP on your Kai'Sa to be fighting, folks. Super taking that chunk.
Ooh, True Shot Barrage came flying across, was going towards Super, has picked up at least the Honey Fruit, empowered by the Camera. Vladdy also now had his Seraphs popped, overcomes Yike, wants to fight this one off with MKOI. Coming in force, teleporting back in. Between worlds, popped by Jojo, looking for a bit more angle. Targamas stunned up, might well be going down. First kill of the game to Movistar KOI, going to be donated over to Super on the Kai'Sa.
So, Movistar KOI get themselves something finally. The soul point is there for Karmine early into the game. That's still a strategic loss for them, but it's something. It's the first loss that carries. It's not going to help.
Oh, and a Q afterwards as well. Super right back down to 20% HP. This Kai'Sa has struggled to keep the HP totals high because KC have managed to land a number of key skill shots. OPLoLReplay has just found Canna. There's a turnaround as Yike comes across with the Nature's Grasp. The Vi is experiencing violence. Atakan's just spawned, and you have no spite.
No smites. OPLoLReplay uses the flash to try and escape, but it is to no avail. Karmine have done it like the tutorial, and while all this is happening, Vladdy has teleport. Doesn't feel any need to press it towards the top side of the map. He's going to take an inner turret for himself as well. This is textbook League of Legends. Karmine going from moment to moment on the map, getting control of an area and locking Movistar KOI out of it.
Winning on both sides of the map, you get the kill, you get the Atakan, all the while your Talia isn't even there. This game is looking exceptionally one-sided. It has done, really, since the early moments when that Poppy got the double kill. On card activation, there's everything up and available. They've not even got a flash blown aside from Yikes, who I suspect by the time Dragon's up will be available.
And while this is happening, helping with the setup, the Herald just forcing Movistar KOI to respond in mid lane. Ezreal keeps firing out Qs because he absolutely can with those. Turret might even just die here. Movistar KOI, what is your answer?
Picture in picture, there's a 1v1 happening. The public execution buffered through with the all-out. I think they will get the withdrawal. Nice 1v1 by Mirwin, but it's a feel-good moment. It's not actually a proper kill. And all the while, mid lane, Targo's looking to try and get across Elyoya, who's shoved back into a seismic shove. Oh! Cease and desist is just vibing deceased. Nature's Grasp comes across a teleport in from Jojo to his own tier 3 to try and join the fight. Goes across the veil and between worlds, but that rabbit is being hunted again, can go nowhere but an early grave.
That is a very, very sad Jojo Pjorn who just can't make those big plays because there's just no one left to follow them up. You don't have that vial. It feels bad watching these individual plays kind of coming out from Movistar KOI because they just don't have the setup, the stats, or the teammates with enough HP sat behind them. Every time on screen we see them, feels like someone's getting chunked out by an Ezreal. The Ezreal kid's Kalist has been absolute wrecking ball. They still have the Atakan left up now. They get to take themselves the soul at 23 minutes. This is so clean from Karmine Corp.
You could eat your dinner off this game. It is spotless out here. I have seen
ult out.
An ult out. Vladdy, not with the best angle on the wall, but it will be enough to stop Mirwin from pulling him off it, I suspect, and he gets to walk away. You know what? That's about as dirty as he's got a slightly off-angled wall.
You dare doubt Vladdy. Another super resist.
How can I do that? Sorry about that.
How dare we doubt him. Vladdy, of course, we got fond memories of him, watching him way back on Riddle in the NLC. Back in the ERL, so many of these players forward-faced against each other multiple times. Public execution.
Canna forces a flash out of Jojo, but he can keep Drake Count stepping forwards. Won't be anything more but a flash blown on this Aurora, and it just feels everything MKOI have tried is completely countered, both on the side of the map they're on and on the other side simultaneously.
What do you say?
It's ridiculous.
I mean, now Jojo doesn't have a flash for the next play. Of course, the Ambassador ult's going to be up a little bit quicker. Even Yoi's getting his caps taken by Canna. Wait, that's a 1v1 you don't want to take, I don't think.
Kai'Sa's going to be in range shortly. Will come flying on in. It's the first ult I think I've seen from Super all game. Will make it a Cathian rain, but pour one out for Canna because he just keeps walking away. He's heading to the bar. He's completely fine.
Also, that is definitely like a, just trust in me because Vladdy could have TP'd to save Canna. Chose not to, knows his top lane is going to live. Another tower goes down. Another vial doesn't get what Movistar KOI want from them. They're trying to make plays. None of them have worked.
They are coming up absolutely empty. Karmine Corp on the other side. Everything they touch turns to gold. It's the Midas touch right now, and does feel a bit mythological, this lead right now. 10.2k, not even got Baron spawned. They're breaking another inhibitor. They're still waiting to try and find a moment. Movistar KOI, I think it's a desperation play. It's a Hail Mary and pray and you find something at this point. Movistar KOI have the unenviable job of making their way through their own red side jungle to try and contest. I just don't think they're going to have an opportunity. The Baron's going to go down. Can they find an option afterwards? The wall to deny two people coming across there.
Wait, the
Nature's Grasp. Poppy looking for a slam into the Talia wall. Weaver's wall doesn't work. Alvaro now in danger, trying to run away. Flash on forward. Vladdy gets that one on the other side. Elyoya goes into the backline. Super tries to ultimate. They don't even find that. It is just another disaster of a fight. Karmine Corp can do no wrong. And Movistar KOI, it's back to the drawing board. Game 2 has to be on your mind now.
Build your own wall stun combo here. Vladdy helps set up Targamas and helps put Movistar KOI into the dirt. There's a teleport towards the top side. A sapling is going to stop Super from backing. He won't even get the joy of seeing the Nexus fall on his own screen.
Targamas throws down a steadfast presence to force Super to execute, and that's about the best you can get this game. The Nexus turrets are done, and Karmine Corp make a statement. And it is that we are here to demolish you. A clean, clinical game from the French team. The blue wall is 10 miles high.
Karmine Corp look to seal out a 2-0 here if they could
baby
get themselves. Many names he goes by, but still, if this is a really lane dominant top laner, really helps you brawl around of the map with Mirwin using that lane control to come to chunk out the Jace.
Targamas will be here, but I don't know whether two people will survive this dive all that well against 4. Movistar KOI here with a lot of members. Here comes the dive. It'll be Alvaro going forward to the grand entrance, and immediately down into the bailout goes Targamas. Renata cannot save her business this time around.
Sadly, Zornite can't help. Man from Piltover kind of goes down 0-1 and 0. Movistar KOI with that kill will get an easier access towards those grubs. However, while all this is happening, Dragon being taken on the other side, some plates being taken down by Kalist as well. So
even the grubs as well, so they'll trade in those objectives to boot. We have a look around as Yike looks to try and steal away some grubs. Not some grubs, some raptors, I apologize, but he's going to be spotted out doing this, and Jojo's coming on her own. Going to try and force out A flash or perhaps an ult. The cycle comes on down, shuffle back towards his team. LEC will hop forwards. Flash for a Dragon's Rage, and now Vladdy's in danger too. Trying to run away. The shield from Targamas might be enough for turnaround. Arcane here to stay. Wonderful Storm.
A little bit too far there from Movistar Koi as Alfaro jumps forwards. I initially thought it was going to work out, but Targamas is there to save the day. Really is very high punishing game to remove as Karmine start up that dragon. They were contesting those grubs. A little bit of a late setup to this. Don't have the Ren stacks in there just yet.
Don't. They're going to start stacking them in now, though. Keep going on forwards. Yikes there as well. I don't think Movistar Koi will be able to contest that. So 2 grubs and a dragon is KC's haul from that set of objectives.
Always a little bit worried when you're starting to retreat. Yoya has that flash, and across that early said, and the demolish on the Rakan you highlighted earlier will help take this one down a little bit lower. Yike is not going to be able to clear out the wave, and that will be first turret of the game over to Movistar Koi, and they'll pick up.
But it will only lead to a bit of a chunk, nothing more. MKOI though head over towards the turret. We'll claim this one all the while. Not that much is happening on the other side of the map, so it will just be a free turret to Movistar Koi.
Dragons are your faithful win condition. Cloud Soul, Cloud Rift, especially when you're in a more squishy game, still nice, and even just getting the Elder on the map helps itself too. However, Movistar Koi, they have controlled the bottom river first, and they do have the Karma coming into the fray, who can, even with the tank build, throw out a little bit of poke, especially at this timestamp.
Largely got first items complete. Mirwin, though, with a soul flare onto Yike, drops the jungler down to about half, and all the while, Elyoya and Super are starting up the dragon. Karmine still trying to find a way on in here. They just don't have the control, though. It'll be very tricky to force it. Targmas flash for a handshake. Jojo dies! Flash after the Emperor's Survival, not keep him alive. And now Elyoya and the rest of MKOI forced to run away. Mirwin on the side looking for the soul flare. Gets it onto Vladdy, but it doesn't lead to that much damage. There's enough shields around with the Siphon power. Onto the dragon we go, and the Ren stack's just not on in. Fate's Call used. Hostile takeover, and Alvaro running away with the quickness, but he's just not quick enough. Just about survives now. Yoya into the backline, tries to get onto Vladdy, who's fallen down to a bailout, gets more back to life as he flashes on in with a Hex Tech Ray renamed after his rework, and Mirwin has some spears pulled out of him. It's an awful acupuncture session, and Karmine come alive in this game.
Karmine clutch it out. Targamas out. Haven't seen it since, I believe, MSI 2023 for him.
Really
It's been a long time, almost 2 years since we've seen that pick. It was a big pick earlier in his career. He's going to summon the Rift Herald into that mid lane now, which might help Movistar Koi lock down this area of the map. They really will be ruining that opportunity. Soul point to Karmine for the rest of the game, giving up their gold lead. That is a big shift in the game now, which Karmine are going to absolutely lap up.
From nearly 2k ahead to slight lead to Karmine. It's nominal, don't get me wrong, not much of a gold lead, but they're at soul point. That is significantly more important.
What does nominal mean, Sam? You throw out words sometimes, and I feel like I need you to explain.
Yeah, so nominal.
Is that good? I'm going to assume that's good.
It means
Sam.
existing, but not really of all that much value.
Sure, cool. So it's there, but small. Great.
Yeah,
I explained it for you. Atakan spawned. Mid lane turret is going to fall. I think with that HP it was likely to anyway, especially with the good siege and range of Movistar Koi. Karmine have to deal with the Sun Disk in their mid lane, replacing the debris of their own mid lane outer turret.
Again, those Sun Discs can be really obnoxious in mid lane because it just offers you fake pressure when mid lane control can be really valuable. Coming up to those objectives, having a sort of pseudo turret there for at least a few seconds can make a big deal.
Reminder, folks, that the winner of this series will go on to face G2, who won earlier today. The loser drops down into the lower bracket and will await their opponent a little bit later on into our playoffs formats. We have ourselves a grouping up of Karmine. So Karmine, just the names, the Ks. They get to me. Karmine grouping up on this top side. Atakan, the focus. You really want to control this tri-brush. It's the most important thing on this top side Atakan setup.
Atakan has been the doom of a few teams. Even just earlier today, we saw a bit of a fumble. Ghostplay just popped by Canna, looking to get onto a Mirwin. The Karma, not the easiest to lock down, will be thrown back with a thundering blow on the Jays. Gets handshook as well, and Mirwin, that's just too far.
Thinks he's safe pushing up the lane, and he's not. The Ghostblade movement speed from Kana making the difference, allows him to punt him back. They take a turret, they take the Atakan, and once again, Karmine more clean in the run-up to these objectives in the last couple we've seen. Now they have themselves a great situation. Again, last game, they had the Atakan. They actually have a pretty good win rate when they are behind, 60%, 3-2. So far, when they're behind at 14 minutes, looks like they might just be pulling a rabbit out of a hat again this time. 40 seconds until the Dragon pushing in, putting some wards down, and making sure that Movistar Koi hopefully can't use as much of their range, but these Qs are starting to land from the Karma, and it does hurt.
quick check-in on some of the items as well, as Jojo finished that second down. Already had the Nash, and the Leandries should be about complete by now as well. And this Azir for Jojo Pyong could do a lot of work here. And if Karmine Corp end up in a position where this is it, where the Zaya can keep ordering, it's hard work still.
Yeah, of course, the last time we saw them, just kind of pops that Ghost Blade, always a little bit scary when you hear that screech. What's he looking to do? Not that much right now.
On to Alvaro, who's got enough for sure. Looks for the quickness into the backline, but Fate's Call denies the pick on a target. Juice chunk onto Yike nonetheless. And Berserk, courtesy of a hostile takeover. This business plan is pretty damn nasty from Karmine Corp. They pull away, they get the kill onto Super, who had flash, had ult, could use neither.
Oh, Super just can't quite get himself that fight. First fight for this Dragon. Last time, Jojo gets caught out. This time it's Super. It's a great combo coming through, though, from Khalees and Targamas to finish it off. They will get themselves, once again, a very early Dragon Soul. The objective control from Karmine Corp has been great in both of these games. It's netting them a heck of a good advantage to play around teleports and fancy summoner spells. Vladdy and Kana both going to be able to get back out onto the map if that poke war is lost a little bit. Of course, the same can be said of Movistar KOI. Trying to starve up a Vision. That's a really good arcane storm.
Goes into the back line, doesn't really get all that much done with the quickness. It's just a quick trip to the grave. He's down. Super goes up into the end with a Feather Storm. Just doesn't matter that much. Has to flash away. Does stay alive at least this time. Yike also up and about. Did not fall down despite the HP bar trades. You have our lost your support. Baron's up, and Karmine Corp head on over. I think they might start this one up. Are they just going to pick up the wards?
Yike is very low HP. He can tank up a little bit with the clone. Do Movistar KOI know this is happening, and can they do anything about it? They're teleporting in.
Mirwin's going to get a Defiance to the heal, but no counter flashes out on the end of that tether. So Mirwin shields himself and backs away. Targamas still low. They know it's happening now, courtesy of Foresight Alteration. Vladdy on a flank will be spotted out. Over the back end of this, can look for his deal, but it's still into a Callista Red. Goes and steals it! He steals the Baron! Again! Karmine Corp fail a Ren Smite combo. It happened the other day. They pick up a kill afterwards. Movistar KOI get out like bandits!
Oh, a steal out of the top drawer, which might just keep this game alive. Elyoya, not playing the lead since 2023, comes out with an absolutely clutch steal against the Karmine Corp versus Vitality, which they missed then. 2 series in 2 days where they make a similar mistake with the Callista.
And again, I echo what Hysterics and Dagda said there, and is actually, maybe we have to hold that. Mirwin's been engaged on the cycling, comes down, it's still a very tanky Karma. In goes Alvaro though with the quickness, and Yike's in danger, goes berserk, courtesy of the hostile takeover, stays alive for a second or two. Yike, burning, but alive. Super into the air, got the feather pull onto Callista, who still survives. The Arcane Storm claims that one. They go 3 down. They got the Baron, but Karmine Corp lose no members in that fight.
Oh yeah, Karmine Corp slap back, lose a Baron, take the kills. Who cares after that point? I don't think now that Movistar KOI are going to be able to use this objective. How did that setup happen in the first place? Left alone in that mid lane, unsupported by some other members away from the lane, and gosh, that chase is starting to really hurt. Karmine Corp spare their blushes of losing that objective. Of course, there's no flash on Vladdy and Callista as well, but they have a Renata and they have the gold lead bluntly as well. It's much easier for them to play out these fights. Movistar KOI, if they want this to go to 3 games, are going to have to outplay a difficult scenario. Yike!
Oh, they've got it onto Jojo! He can't hit the arm guard. He's taken out Super, trying to hit him. Massive 3-man knockup. The Berserk, the hostile takeover, lives up to its namesake. An Arcane Storm. It's a Category 5 disaster. Karmine Corp wipe Movistar KOI off the rift. They're going to 2-0 the series.
Inclement weather comes in from the mid laner of Karmine Corp, and Movistar KOI cannot outplay the late game.
That Baron still gave you a moment of hope. They had control over the river. It felt like their time, and an engage come through with Movistar KOI. Blink and you miss them. Their health bars are all gone. The game is gone. It's just a weekend of 2-0s, and Karmine Corp reap the rewards. They are going on to the upper bracket.
Besides a Baron